Hello guys, welcome back again to another tutorial. In today's video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this two-layered halter neck dress. This dress has been trending online, so I decided to make one for myself. So if this looks like something you're interested in, make sure you watch this video to the very end so that you don't miss out on any detail or information. Now let's get started with the video. I will be using this pattern chiffon fabric for this tutorial. What I'm having here is 5 yard. I use 5 yard to make this dress. So if you're looking for something shorter, then maybe 3 yard should be enough. Or if you're looking to make something longer, 6 to 7 yard should be enough. So I'm going to be folding this fabric in a triangular shape or a bias form. We are cutting a 180-degree flip. To do that, pick one edge of your fabric and fold it into two. I hope you can see the way I am folding mine, so go ahead and do yours the same way. Pick just one edge of the fabric, then fold it into two. Once you've done that, the formula we are going to use to cut this 180-degree flip is 3.14. So whatever measurements we are using, we are going to divide it by the 3.14. Now for this dress, the measurement we are going to use is our bust measurement. Now my bust measurement is 36, but I'm not going to use this exact 36. I'm going to add some inches to it for sewing allowance, so I'll be adding 4 inches to it. Now 36 plus 4 is 40, so now I'm just going to divide this 40 by 3.14. 40 divided by 3.14, I have 12.733 something, so I'm going to approximate it to make it a round figure, which is 13 inches. So from this top here, I'm going to come down by that 13 inches and I'm going to mark it all the way around. So to get the perfect curving line, just place your measuring tape at the tip right here and mark it all the way around. So you're going to be using your own measurement for this. Whatever is your bust measurement, add 4 inches to it, then divide it by 3.14. so whatever you have, you're going to mark it just the way I did. After that, you will just use your chalk to connect the point together. So this line right here that we just marked is our chest line. So on this chest line, I'm going to divide my exact bust measurement by 4 and I'll mark it. My bust measurement is 36 divided by 4 is 9, so I mark the 9 inches on the chest line. Then this extra inch you're seeing right here is going to serve as the sewing allowance. It's about 1 inch, so this is going to serve as the sewing allowance. Now the next thing we are going to do is to mark our dress length. From the thumbnail you can see that it was a 2-layered dress. So for the first one, the first layer, the length we are going to be working with is 37 inches. So I just placed my measuring tape on the chest line like this, and I'm going to be marking the 37 inches all the way around to form the flare. So go ahead and do the same thing. Place your measuring tape on the chest line and measure your dress length. After marking the dress length, the next thing you're going to do is to connect all the points together to create the flare. After we have gotten the length of our dress, the next thing we are going to work on now is the neckline. So from the chest line right here, I'm going to go up by 4 inches. You can also do 5 inches. Then take a mark. When you mark that, you're just going to use your free hand to connect this point to the chest line. And if you don't want it exactly on the chest line, from the chest line you can come down by half an inch or 1 inch. Then you connect this point you mark on the neckline to this point you mark below the chest line. We are basically done drafting the first layer, so let's cut this out. So guys, this is our first layer. So the next thing we are going to do is to place this piece on another fabric and cut the second layer out. To cut out the second layer, every other measurement is the same. The only difference between the first and the second layer is in the length. The second layer will be longer than the first one, okay? But before we cut the second layer, let's mark some important points that will help us to cut our back piece later. Now from the chest line, I came down by 16 inches, which is my waist measurement. Okay, 16 inches is my waist measurement and I marked that. Now I'm just going to use my scissors to notch this point. This 16 inches measurement is where the back piece is going to start from. Don't worry, you will understand better as we proceed. Now I'm just going to place this on another fabric to cut the second layer out, and this is what we have after I was done cutting out the second layer. Like I told you earlier, every other measurement is the same. The only difference between the front and the back layer is the length. Okay, so when I was cutting out the back layer, I added 2 inches to it. So depending on how much you want your back layer to be, that's how much length you're going to add to it. So that's it. That's pretty much about it. Now I'm going to fold another piece of fabric that we will be using to cut the back piece, and also don't forget to notch the second layer too. So guys, I've already folded another pieces of fabric that we'll be using to cut out the back piece. What I'm doing right here is I'm just arranging the front piece, that is the first layer of the front piece, on this back piece. So go ahead and do the same thing. Make sure you take your time to arrange the front piece on the back piece. Now after placing your front piece on the back piece, you remember that point we notch our waistline on the front piece. Go ahead and just highlight that point on your back piece, just the way you see me do with my chalk. After that, you're just going to fold up the front piece to the waistline, that point you notch. Just fold the front piece on it like that. Okay, we are doing this because the back piece is a show back. So since it's a show back, the measurement is going to start from the waist. Now the next thing we are going to do is to trim out the length of the back piece following the front piece. Since our back waistline is not straight, to give it that curvy effect, you're just going to place your measuring tape on the fabric apex point to this point that you highlighted the waistline. Whatever figure you have, you're just going to follow that number and give your waistline that curve. So you're just going to follow that number and measure it all the way around. Once you are done, use your chalk to connect the points together. So when I measured mine, I had 31 inches. So I placed my measuring tape on the back piece apex point. Then I measured the 31 inches all the way around. After marking this all the way around, I'm just going to use my chalk to connect the points together. To create the channel for the elastic casing on the waistline, that is this curvy line we just drew, you're just going to go up by 2 inches and you're going to mark this 2 inches all the way around. This 2 inches mark is for the elastic band. So once you are done marking this all the way around, just the way you see me doing, you're just going to use your chalk to connect the points together, and after that you cut it out. Now we are just going to remove the front piece from the back piece, and the next thing we are going to do is to place this back piece on another piece of fabric to cut the second layer out. This is the first layer, and just like we did for the both front pieces, the second layer of this back piece, we are going to add 2 inches extra to the length. So let me go and do just that. Now the next thing I went on to do was to cut out a rope and band. The rope is going to be for the neckline, while the band is going to be for the back. This is the band that will be tied at the back, and what I'm having here, the length is 25 while the width is 5 inches. To sew the band, you're just going to fold it into two like this, block the edge and sew it all the way down to this other edge. Then you leave the other edge open to turn it over to the right side. For this band, we are going to have two, so I'll place this on another fabric and cut the second one out. So these are the rope that will be around the neckline. The width of this rope is 1.5 inches, while for the length I'm having 20 inches. To sew this, you are going to fold it into two like this, then you block this edge, sew it all the way down to this other edge, then leave this other edge open to turn it over to the right side. So guys, this is what I have after I was done sewing the rope and the band. As you can see, I left this other edge open to turn this over to the right side. So the next thing I'm going to do is to use this opening that I left and turn this piece over to the right side. So I'm just going to turn out the rope and the band. After that, I'll take it over to the ironing table and iron them properly. This is what I have after I was done ironing the rope and the band. I'll keep this aside while we work on the front pieces. Now you're going to place the rope on the neckline like this. Let the rope cross each other. So after placing the first rope like this, I'm just going to cross the second rope on this one like this. Okay, you can use your office pin to hold it together so that it stays firm, or you can take it over to the sewing machine and top stitch on it so that it stays firm. I'm just going to use my office pin to hold it together first. Now the next thing is for us to place the band. On this point I notch my waistline. I'm going to go up by 2 inches. You can do 3 inches or 4 inches depending on how high you want your band to be. So I went up by 2 inches and I make a mark there there. Now I'm just going to place the band on that point like this. Then I will use my office pin to hold it down. I will do the same thing to the second side as well. I will go up on the waistline by 2 inches and I'll make a point. After that, I'm going to place my band on it, then use my office pin to hold it down. After placing your rope and the band where they are supposed to be, the next thing is to place the second layer on it, neckline to neckline. Arrange the both pieces together properly, just the way you see me doing. Then go ahead and use your office pin to hold it down. Now you're going to use your office pin to pin from the neckline all the way to the side where we notch the waistline. Now from the waistline down to the length of the dress, we are going to leave it open because we'll be fixing the back piece on it later on. After pinning the both pieces together, now I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch this just the way you see me directing. I will be stitching this from the neckline all the way to the waistline. Now let me go and sew this and bring it so that you see what we have. Now as for the back pieces, I'm going to place the both pieces together, one wrong side facing the right side. That is how you should fit your pieces if it has a wrong face. For me, I can't even identify which one is my right face and my wrong face. They both look the same, except this joining that I have here that is helping me to identify which one is the wrong side now. So you're just going to place one wrong side on the right side, then arrange the waistline together. After that, you take this over to the sewing machine and you're going to stitch this together. This is what I have after I was done sewing the front piece. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to turn this over. And this is what it looks like on the right side. I've also joined the both back pieces together and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to take this over to my ironing table and give it a very good press. This is what I have after I was done ironing the front piece. You can see how neat this looks. Now I'm just going to keep this one corner and this is what the back piece actually looked like after I was done ironing. To create the elastic channel, I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and I'm going to run a stitch of about 1 inch below the joining. This is what I have after I was done creating the channel for the elastic band, and I also have my elastic band here. Now to know the measurement that you will cut out for your elastic band, you will simply divide your waist measurement by 2, then you remove 3 to 4 inches from it. My waist measurement divided by 2 is 15 minus 4 inches is going to be 11, so I measured 11 inches of the elastic band. Now I'm just going to tack my safety pin on the elastic band and I'll pass it through the channel that I created. So go ahead and do the same thing, pass your elastic band on the channel. Also, I forgot to mention this, when you are creating the channel, you're going to leave about 0.7 inch inward on both sides. This is going to make it very easy to attach the front piece and the back piece together because we'll be joining both the shorter one and the longer one separately to give us a very neat finishing. So go ahead and insert your elastic band just the way you see me doing. When you insert your elastic band and you get to this last edge here, you're just going to use your office pin to hold this elastic down so that it doesn't move inside. After that, keep passing your elastic band until it gets to the other edge and you're going to use your office pin to secure that edge so that the elastic doesn't get lost in the channel. After that, you'll take it over to the sewing machine and you'll make a top stitch on it just like I have done. Now after making top stitch on the elastic band, the next thing we are going to be doing is to attach both the front and the back pieces together. So go ahead and place your front piece on the table like this, then you will bring your back piece and place it on the front piece just the way you see me doing. Make sure that the both right side are facing each other. Remember that we are going to be attaching the back piece from the waistline. Also, that 0.7 inch opening we left on the channel is going to help us attach this to the front piece easily. So go ahead, pick the both shorter pieces together, arrange them together, then use your office pin to hold them together just the way you see me doing. I didn't even know my camera isn't capturing this very well. But join the front shorter piece on the back shorter piece, then use your office pin to hold them together. After that, you're going to join the front longer piece on the back longer piece together, then use your office pin to hold them together. Then on the other side, you are going to repeat the same process as well. Make sure the both short pieces are placed together and pinned, and also make sure that the both longer pieces are placed together and pinned. After that, you are going to take it over to the sewing machine and sew. So guys, this is when I was done sewing, and this is what I was trying to explain. You are going to arrange it layer by layer. You are going to join the longer pieces together for both the front and the back pieces. Then you will sew. After that, you will join the both shorter pieces together and you will sew. You are going to repeat the same process for the other side, and when you are done, the end finishing is going to be seamless. Let me turn this over to the right side so that you see what it looks like. After turning this over to the right side, you can see that we have an inseam finishing both on the outside and also on the inside. You can see how neat this looks. And for the final finishing, instead of helming the length, I went on to weave it. You can see how neat this looks. And this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you find this video really helpful, do well by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, do well to subscribe, hit the post notification so that you will get notified when I drop a new video. If you have any question, any feedback, any style suggestion, leave it in the comment section and I will respond to you. For now, bye. I will see you all in my next video.